What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with a quick presentation. In this presentation, guys, I got another review. Um, I think it's so unique how in Neiman Marcus they have these little packets that for the Frederic Mall fragrances they have the packets that they put the card in, so the scent, so it will retain the scent, and so when you sample different scents, it won't get mixed up with other scents. Um, I'm telling you guys, the more I watch guys who review fragrances here online, is getting me more and more into it. This is Promise. This right here is Promise, and I'm about to give you guys my thoughts on Promise right now. Frederick Mall has a slew of good masterpieces, and he collaborates with some great architects in the perfume world to create these stunning masterpieces. Now, this is Promise. The sales associate wrote it on the card. The little cards that they spray the fragrance on in the store. I was in Neiman Marcus just sampling these fragrances, and these fragrances are not cheap. A 3.4 ounce bottle of this is $470. I don't know how much the small bottle is, but I recall seeing it on the Frederick Mall website, and I recall seeing it on Bloomingdale's website. They got a bottle of Promise is $470. You got to sample this for yourself. Now, some people would say they ain't gonna pay that kind of money for a fragrance, but I'm telling you, this right here is part of the Desert Gems collection. And the Desert Gem collection, each fragrance is supposed to transport you to some part of the world, like in the Middle East. That's why on these bottles, the writing is in Arabic on these Frederick Mall fragrances. This Promise is part of the Desert Gems collection, and that's the essence of these fragrances. It's supposed to remind you of being in the Middle East. Oh my God, this is elegant. This right here make you think about being in a holy land of Mecca, being in being in some Middle Eastern country. I mean, this is just elegant. When I can't even describe what this smells like. It's an elegant rose in this scent, though. It's an elegant rose in here, and it's just so smooth. I mean, it's very, very nice. I wouldn't mind owning a bottle of this one day, but $470 for 100 ml bottle is a lot. So if I'm gonna see how much the small is, but I know the small ain't gonna be that much, further off in price from the 100 ml bottle. But Promise by Frederick Mall is a Oriental fragrance for women and men. It is unisex. This fragrance was released in 2017. Top notes are apple, pink pepper, rosemary, saffron, and cloves. Middle notes, Bulgarian rose. Like I stated, there is a rose in this. Turkish rose. Base notes are cypriol oil, nagamatha, patchouli, castoreum, labdanum, and ambroxan. I mean, this right here is just the epitome of elegance. Now, a fragrance of this caliber here, like I say, you got some playful fragrances where you could be t-shirt and jeans and tennis shoes. This is not one of those fragrances. This is one of those dressy type of fragrances. Even if you wear jeans, you better throw on a blazer. You better throw on a sports coat. This is one of those dressy type of scents. Um, it's very grown and sexy. I couldn't see no dude in his 20s pulling this off. This is for grown men. Um, I say Promise by Frederick Mall. This fragrance right here is strictly 30 and up because it has a very mature nature to this. It was a woman that I let sample this at the office, and she said this smells like a grown man, and this is grown and sexy. That's why I say I couldn't see young guys pulling this one off because it's just too grown. Now, there are some Frederic malls to where I could see dudes in their 20s or teenage dudes pulling off, but this is just this grown man stuff right here. Very, very grown. And like I stated, this is one of those fragrances where you got to be dressed up. You got to be shirt and tie. This is strictly 30. That's why I say this fragrance here is 30 and up. I do recommend this fragrance. In my personal humble opinion, Promise is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. It is nice. It is elegant. It is very, very classy. Um, I love Frederick Malle because he makes creative fragrances. You know, he collaborates with these top of the line. He collaborates with these perfume architects, and they make some wonderful masterpieces. And what I like about the House of Frederick Malle is they make some very unique scents. I mean, you know, and that's how you know you're getting good quality stuff because you can't even find Frederick Malle in J.C. Penney or Macy's. I mean, this is strictly upscale stuff. You got to go to Saks. You got to go to Neiman Marcus. You got to go to Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's. You got to go to Bergdorf Goodman. This is strictly high end, you know, but you're getting good stuff. And I just love how a lot of thought goes into these fragrances, and I love how creative they are. That's what sold me on Editions des Parfums, Frederick Malle. I mean, this fragrance is phenomenal. I mean, this literally transports you to Pakistan. Promise. Do I recommend this fragrance? 100%. If you have not tried this fragrance, make sure you give it a try. Make sure you just at least go get a sample. Because I know some people couldn't justify paying a certain amount of money for a fragrance. When I was in Neiman Marcus, the lady let me sample the Moon. Now, I saw Kevin Samuel's review on the Moon by Frederick Malle. Absolute masterpiece. That fragrance is stunning. Now, you talking about something that's classy, that fragrance is that. It has a nice, elegant rose, raspberry type of vibe going on. But a small bottle of that is like $500. And the 100 ml bottle of the Moon is $950. So with tax, you're looking at 1,000 something. That's why I say these Frederick Malls are not cheap, but what I'm saying here, a lot of thought goes into these fragrances. I mean, these fragrances are just, you know, they're not fragrances, they're masterpieces, these fragrances. Um, and I recommend Promise 100%. You know, I haven't sampled the whole Frederick Malle line of fragrances. I've sampled quite a few of these fragrances. I have not sampled all of them. But the more I watch the guys here online review fragrances, and I'm learning about different, you know, different brands of fragrances, it's getting me more and more into it. Um, like I stated, make sure you go to Neiman Marcus, give some of these a try, sample them, see how you like it. You know, um, I know some people couldn't justify paying a certain amount of money for a fragrance. Like it was a fragrance that I saw reviewed by the Bowtie Fragrance Guy from the house of Rosia Parfums. Let me know if you guys are familiar with Rosia. I sampled some Rosia fragrances when I was in Neiman Marcus, and one fragrance in particular that Bowtie Fragrance Guy reviewed was Diaghilev from the house of Rosia Parfums. In that bottle in Neiman Marcus is running for 1,100. Now there are some people who could not justify, even if they had it, to drop 1,100 on a bottle of cologne. That's why I say these fragrances, guys, are masterpieces. You know, Neiman Marcus got these high end stores. They got a whole slew of just different type of stuff, and I like stuff that's unique and different, things that stand out. But like I stated, guys, make sure you give Frederick Malle a try. Make sure you sample some of their fragrances. I feel I should be sponsored for reviewing their products. I should be getting paid. Man, that's beautiful. It's just so well blended. It's masculine, you know. I would say they say this right here is unisex. This is strictly for men, in my opinion. I mean, a woman could wear whatever they want to wear, but this has a very dominant and masculine nature, um, you know. But that's why I say I like this stuff right here. Hopefully, one day I can have a bottle of Promise. Man, it's just so classy and elegant. It's very grown and sexy. But you know, you know, Frederic Malle knocks the ball out of the park every time. But you guys leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Do you like fragrances? You know, the more, like I stated, guys, the more I watch fragrance reviews here online, um, I'm becoming more and more fascinated with fragrances. You know, it's not a bad hobby to get into to take your mind off certain things. Hobbies are good to have. But if you know about the House of Frederic Malle, leave your comments. We'd love your feedback. And if you've tried Promise by Frederic Malle, let me know what you think. Do you think it's a 10 out of 10 fragrance? Because I do. And make sure to comment, rate, subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. This has been Promise by Frederic Malle, Editions des Parfums. Have a good night. And one last word. The projection, this will stay on your skin for a long time because it's just that potent. But you guys have a good night. Talk to you soon.